Hi and welcome. After a 2-year break because of the pandemic, the AERO show in Friedrichshafen, Germany is finally back. And it's the second day of the show, and I came here on a mission today for you guys because some people were complaining in my previous videos that these newer airplanes that I've been able to show and to fly are way too expensive for a normal person to ever own, including myself, to be honest. So it's my mission today to find the most affordable new certified single engine piston on the show. So it's time to head in and to take a look. Now, of course, any new airplane won't be exactly what you'd call cheap. But any aircraft owner who decided to buy an old used plane will confirm that the cost for regular maintenance, complying with past ADs, engine overhauls or any upgrades can quickly exceed expectations as well. Most of the airplanes I'm about to look at are powered by different Rotax engines, which means they run on unleaded fuels and have low fuel consumption as well, which in turn cuts the operating costs. Why am I looking only at certified airplanes? Well, only planes that meet EASA certification standards can be flown all across Europe and can be used for training as well. I'm starting my tour here at Flight Design. I'm here in Hall B1 presently. The plane behind me is the Flight Design F2, which recently received EASA certification. The plane itself, however, is not the only reason I came here first. Actually, the plane was supposed to be produced in the Ukraine, in the southern part of Ukraine, near Kherson, which is a city that's quite badly affected by the war that's raging in the Ukraine at the moment. So the flight design team had to move as much as they could to the Czech Republic, workers and crew as well. However, the male workers are not allowed to leave the country, of course. So they are on standby with their weapons to fight for the freedom of their country. It's kind of a sad reminder of the situation that's going on in the eastern part of Europe at the time. And yeah, it casts a bit of a shadow on the joy of having this show back and the GA community meet here in Friedrichshafen again. Still, we'll look at the plane, of course. If you're not familiar with Flight Design, the company is known for their CT series, which is available as microlights and LSAs. And now the Flight Design F2 is significantly larger than the former CT series. The cabin is quite a bit larger, you have a large baggage compartment, and for what I've heard, it handles a lot more like a larger airplane than the CT series. The now certified version comes with a Rotax 912IS, so with a fuel-injected version of the 100 horsepower Rotax engine. And Flight Design is planning to also certify their more powerful Rotax 915 engine. The large baggage compartment will receive furnishings at the walls in the production models and can be loaded up to 40 kilograms. The F2 offers a useful load of 236 kilograms, its max takeoff weight is 650 kilograms. Like most airplanes we're looking at today, the F2 has a parachute installed. In terms of avionics, the dual Garmin G3X Touch, the G5 is a backup, and the digital Garmin Autopilot already come as standard. Now the big question, how affordable is the thing? And the day-night VFR version, excluding the tax, the price is 215,000 euros. The IFR version, which is to come later this year, will even cost 260,000 euros. The price might seem rather high, but already includes the complete avionics package. So I'm sitting here in Elixir, an Elixir aircraft next to Emmanuel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Emmanuel, tell us a little about the company and about the plane that we're sitting in right now.
Of course, so welcome on board of the Elixir, made by Elixir Aircraft. We are based now in La Rochelle, in the west part of France, and we like to say the fourth generation of light aircraft. Everything is made in France, and we are very proud about that. We must know because we are French, and we really care about the quality, so this is why everything is made in France.
Perfect. I read about this plane in one of my favorite magazines that I read, the Fliegermagazin, the German, and it's produced in a special manner which you call one-shot technology. Tell me a bit about that.
So the one-shot technology is used mainly by race boats. When you check the main race around the world, the most performance boats are made with this kind of technology. This is in carbon, again, like diamond, like Pipistrel, but our stuff, our technique is improved because one-shot is called because your plane is completely empty. Just the skin is very, very, very resistant. And for example, if you look the wings, we have absolutely no spring or no ribs. So this is very, very new technology, and it's very more easy also for the reparation, for the maintenance, etc. Because you have nothing to do, and it's very, very strong.
So it's the skin that carries the load instead of a spar or something like this?
Yes, it's completely, because if you use the wings, you can put, for example, trucks on the wings. It can resist approximately 50 tons, so it's very, very, very strong.
Perfect. About so we're sitting in a two-seater. Obviously, you have quite a lot of room for your baggage, 25 kilograms. What's the max takeoff weight of this?
Of this one is 660 kilograms. Yes, exactly.
Emmanuel also explained that Elixir is really focusing on building a plane that's safe and simple to operate, but also easy to maintain. Two safety features that caught my eye is the BRS parachute that comes as standard, but also the tank. It's filled with a special anti-explosion foam, so the likelihood of post-crash fires is much reduced. Interestingly, the wing tanks are connected, so you only have one tank to deal with. It can be filled from either wing, and you don't have to worry about switching fuel tanks. The plane here is a new model that features the Rotax 915IS, which is still in course of certification. Also, an IFR certification will come around about next year. Like in AERO, the entire seat adjusts in height and reach simultaneously to accommodate people at different heights. Elixir has no option list, so the base price already includes all you're seeing here. So this is the certified day-night VFR version of the Elixir with the Rotax 912IS and the panel as shown here, and all that costs 235,000 euros excluding tax.
So we're moving from France over to Belgium to a company called Sonaca Aircraft, which might yet be another company that you never heard of, but they have an interesting plane in that segment that we're reviewing today as well. Let's take a look.
This is the Sonaca 200 Trainer, an all-metal certified two-seater. Unlike the two planes we looked at before, this is powered by the 115 horsepower Rotax 914 Turbo with a carburetor. In case it reminds you a little of the Sling TSI, it is because it actually roots back to the popular experimental from South Africa. Sonaca focuses on flight schools and flying clubs with their plane. Many of their customers prefer metal over carbon because a small dent is easier to repair or doesn't need to be repaired at all. The plane is heavier than the other two, but still offers 270 kilograms useful load, thanks to its higher max takeoff weight of 750 kilograms. Sonaca offers two versions of their aircraft. The cheaper Sonaca 200 Trainer NG comes with a classic 6-pack round gauge arrangement, but with a digital horizon and the compass by using Garmin's GI 275. The Sonaca 200 Trainer Pro has a G500 TXI as a primary flight display. There is no option to add an autopilot though, an IFR version is not available as of today. In its cheapest version, the plane costs 199,000 euros. Next up is the huge Tecnam booth. Tecnam has brought every single model of their lineup to the show. To me, Tecnam is one of the more innovative companies in the small GA aircraft segment. Tecnam presented a luxury edition of the P2010 TDI with a stunning leather interior and an upgraded panel. But back to the more affordable stuff, so let's look at this. This is the new Tecnam P-Mentor. And when I say new, yes, it's only an upgraded version of the former P2002 or the Astore, the LSA ultralight version of the P2002. The plane is an all-metal design. The new features include a redesigned wing and an IFR certification. Tecnam targets flight schools with their plane because you can now do the entire single-engine CPL training on this one aircraft. Powered by the fuel-injected Rotax 912 IS, the P-Mentor's max takeoff weight is 720 kg, the useful load is 290 kg. The avionics with the full options are impressive, even for myself as an airline pilot. Tecnam even offers a gear handle to simulate the gear operation for flight training. The autopilot and the BRS parachute are part of the options list. Base price €245,000. If you don't need the certification and you're not looking to fly in an IFR environment, you can still buy the same airframe in the 600 kg ultralight category here in Europe, or as an LSA in the States, which is marketed as the Astore and will be cheaper, or you can alternatively look elsewhere in the Tecnam lineup. The high-wing P2008, which I've been renting myself for a couple of years now here in Switzerland, is certified as well, but only for day and night VFR operations. It also offers nice avionics featuring the dual G3X touch, a roomy cabin, and is really fun to fly. Base price of this plane is €177,000.
Okay, I'm now here at the Pipistrel booth in Hall, what is it, B3. I'm together with Paolo, who has been working for Pipistrel for 9 years, he said?
Correct.
So what's new with Pipistrel in 2022?
Quite a lot of things have been going on. So on the product line, we are showing up here the Explorer and the XI project over there. So there are two new models within the Pipistrel Virus Shortwing 121 type. So the Explorer is the advanced trainer and cruiser for all the general aviation pilots. So it works very well in the flight school environment with the advanced glass cockpit and advanced autopilot, IFR ready cockpit and instrumentation, dual radio, dual com, fully equipped. Ready for upset recovery training, ready for intentional spinning, glider towing. It has air brakes, ballistic parachute, 1,200 kilometers range,
right.
and so it's a fully equipped machine. It's the, let's say, the high-end product on the company level. The Textron acquisition, so becoming part of the big Textron family, it really brings the company to a next level on the organization side, on the let's say on the structure, and really will boost our programs. We'll get a lot of synergies with the Textron Aviation and Textron Inc. in general. So yeah, we are excited. Yeah.
A lot of new opportunities now. So the Explorer that sits behind us here is basically a SW121 with new avionics. Are there any other changes?
Yes, correct. So there is a new electrical generator, so you have more electrical power also for more additional equipment, like on the XI platform, glass cockpit, double com, heated pitot. And we introduced a feature which pilots and EASA also likes quite a lot. We call it the haptic device stall warning. So it's a stick shaker.
Okay,
let's call it like this. So it's an enhanced safety feature, advanced autopilot from Garmin G3X, and again IFR ready training for very high-end cockpit.
Perfect. I'm kind of looking for the most affordable certified single-engine piston. Can you tell the base price for the? Well, I guess there's a SW121 or the Explorer version now?
The Explorer is actually the high end, so it's, the base price is 198,000 plus VAT. We have a sister aeroplane, which is the basic configuration, where almost everything is optional. It's very light. I don't know the basic price, but it's far less. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Paolo, thank you so much for your time. All the best.
You're welcome.
After the interview, Paolo informed me that the absolute base model of the SW121 starts at 137,000 euros plus VAT, which is priced quite aggressively compared to the other planes we looked at before. This model will be very sparsely equipped though. Thanks to its clean design with no struts and low drag, the plane squeezes an astonishing 130 knots true airspeed in cruise at 75% power, up at 6,000 feet out of the tiny Rotax 912 engine. Last stop of the tour is at a company called AERO. This Czech company has been around since 2011 and comes from making ultralight airplanes, mostly for the European market. Their Bristell B23 is their first certified model, and it attracted quite some attention in the GA community here in Europe. The plane is an all-metal, low-wing design and is available with a 100 horsepower Rotax 912, as well as the more powerful 915 Turbo featuring 141 horsepower. Alessio here to my right told me about the plane in detail. I messed up the audio though, so here's what I learned from him. The airplane offers all the nice amenities of a modern GA aircraft. A nice Garmin avionics suite including autopilot, a BRS parachute, a constant speed prop and a cabin. And when I say a cabin, it's not just any cabin, but it's the widest cabin I've ever experienced in a single engine piston plane, with a total width of 130 centimeters. That's about 30% more than in a Cessna 172 and about 2.5 inches or 6 centimeters more than in a Cirrus. You can put 16 kilograms of baggage in the back, and you have two nice little baggage hatches in the wings which can take up to 20 kilograms each. I've never seen a feature like this before. BRM will even provide you with two form-fit bags, so you can make the most out of the available space. With the smaller of the two Rotax engines, the useful load is more than 300 kilograms, which I'd also call best in class. The Rotax 915 is about 15 kilograms heavier and uses more fuel. However, you can still expect 280 kilograms of useful load in this version. I'm really looking forward to hopefully being able to fly this plane on the channel here one day. The base price for the Bristell B23 is 214,000 euros excluding tax. A fully equipped B23 Turbo can cost up to 270,000 euros.
So guys, my day here at AERO Friedrichshafen is coming to an end. I learned two things. One is that certified airplanes are definitely far from being cheap. Well, I knew that before, but that was a confirmation today. And secondly, that there is quite a lot of innovation in that segment of two-seaters of companies who come from the LSA or from the ultralight market and now step up into the certified plane market. Now that's good to see. At least I think that's a good development. Pipistrel is the winner with their 121 short wing, with a very basic version of it. Not much options there, no parachute, very basic avionics. But still, maybe it's interesting for some. But I think if you add some avionics and some upgrades, you'll be quickly reaching 200,000 euros there as well. That's it for this video. Let me know your opinion down in the comment section below. I'm always curious to hear your opinion. Also, which plane you like most. And well, thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. Maybe see you next year here at AERO Friedrichshafen or in the next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, many happy landings out there.